Hey everybody, this is Grace, and I've been doing, if you've been watching any of my videos on this channel, you know that these are just rough, I'm putting out some hypothetical fictional stories. They all belong to one big series, but they're little series within, and they're just rough drafts, highlights, the actual stories that are part of the series and so forth, and they're copyrighted to me. And they don't always flow, and this is all to help me to organize what I'm writing the story. I've been writing it for years. I mean, not a story for years, but the whole series is huge. It's been going on for years. And I started a few years ago putting them on, doing them like this, like think old-fashioned way of talking into a recorder, go back and listen and reorganize, rewrite and stuff like that, and so things will change without any notice. I've gotten some things wrong, miscalculated, and all that. So that's what this helps me. Anyway, this one is another one. I've done this recently. This is one that I had made a video on, somehow deleted it. And I made the video on it, let's see, almost 2 months ago, and I deleted it somehow. Yeah. That happens. And the other one I just deleted yesterday or the day before it by accident. So anyway, this one is about a woman named Laurie. Okay, Laurie. And it's her story. And she basically, let me get to this. Okay, now what I had originally written, was at the beginning of it, she's like 59 years old. And she's single, lives by herself. And she seems to feel like she's being threatened. Well, a lot of people from the county that these hypothetical fictional stories are in, it's called Victorson County, Texas. Now, of course, Texas is real, but Victorson County is not. And it's kind of isolated from, like I said, fictional, isolated from other counties. And Laurie grew up there, but she doesn't live there anymore, and she hasn't for years. Well, some people realize that there's a group, Paige's group, and others, they keep track of original members from a computer group that goes back like 40-something years ago, give or take. And depending on the person, some knew one another growing up, or some were in the same family. So it's back when being on the computer and learning all that stuff, you were a dirty 4-letter word, which is geek back then. Geek. Okay, so then they become really wealthy. Watch the other videos. But anyway, anybody who's a member of that, or a member of the original settlers, the descendants of them, right now they're, this is early 2020, right during then, this is focused on early 2020. This is late 2021 right now that we're living in. But early 2020, a lot of them were in danger. Okay, there was several things going on besides what was going on for most of the world, all the world, in early 2020. There were other things that had a lot of danger going on. This is a very wealthy county. And, but Laurie was having problems, and, Paige, got wind of it. And, she basically thought, well, this is how it started off, was that maybe that Laurie didn't remember that she has protection if needed through the enforcement, because she is one of them. And but she's one that just comes in, does her job, and goes out. Whatever she needs to do to keep her membership. Do some work, pays up her membership, and goes on. But like I said, Paige remembers Laurie, and Paige's whole group monitors all of them, so Paige knew, about this. Okay, so I'm reading notes that I wrote before, and like I said, I accidentally deleted it. But Now, Paige, she knew Laurie from back then, and she wanted, Paige and the whole group, they're trying to get everybody back into the county that want to come back to the county because of what's going on. There is a threat to them no matter where they live, but if they had them all in the county, it would be, it would be beneficial. They wouldn't have to have security and all that, bodyguards and so forth, the rest of the enforcement all over the place. So, so they gave, Paige helps, her group she runs, they keep track, and she says, well, this is another one of them. She just doesn't single out just one, but, I mean, it's all of them. And Paige is one of them. Laurie's one of them. And she wants back for her protection, but she also has another purpose for Laurie. And that's, they were working, Paige and her group, Paige, and this extra little thing that they do for the enforcement, they are trying to narrow it down, and they are to one group. A part of it is one group that's, I've mentioned in other videos, Donna. Okay, and they want Laurie on the job. Okay, all of these people that live in the county, many of the people in the county, but most of the people from the original group members and their descendants, their children and their grandchildren, they are trained by Jim's enforcement for self-protection, and however much past that they want to be trained. They can be investigators. They can be, bodyguards themselves. They've been trained since they were young, when they first started off, and they usually don't take over for like the police and the sheriff, but they can protect themselves and anybody around them. They learn this young. This county has its own kind of rules. But they wanted Laurie back, okay, for her protection. And her protection, but also because of Donna. Okay, Donna and her cronies. And I mentioned that in the other video. Go watch it. I don't want to go through all that again. And, okay. Like I said, these are just rough drafts, highlights, notes for myself and all that. It doesn't always flow into a story. Okay, anyway. So it's Paige's job. They don't have jobs, but it's Paige's group and all that. And she's ran across Laurie on a huge social media platform. Now, the Victorson County has their own. It's called Virtual County, and that comes from the members. They put it up. And but it wasn't on that. It was from another one. She saw that Laurie seemed like she was in trouble, and she said, why doesn't Laurie get help from us? And at that same time, they wanted Laurie to come back. And all of them, at some point, the ones that are group members and they have this protection, they have so many benefits, they get dividend checks, all this, they sign contracts that state that at times they're going to be called in to do work, to do work for the group, and that's part of their membership. Now, they sign the contracts. They don't have to. They don't want to do it. They don't do it. And so Paige decided, this was time Laurie needs to come in and help out with the group. Like other ones, not just Laurie, but this is a story about Laurie. Whew. Anyway, she wanted Laurie back for her protection, and Laurie's kind of a tough woman. So as a tough woman, yeah, they wanted her back for that. And okay. And they also when they get her back, they're going to give her more age-appropriate training for her to do this. And they do that with everybody. Everybody goes through age-appropriate training, retraining, and all that. The ones, like I said, it's not like they force them to do anything. But they will do it to help them. Got that? Okay. Okay, now. Many of these things I'm just putting out. I have to get out the kind of like the basic, things about each of these characters. Like I said, it's all hypothetical-fictional, and the situations. Read the disclaimers in the description box below this video on YouTube, and then some. Anyway, I have to get out all the little details, and I hadn't done that, not to this degree, but some of it changes. Some of the videos I have, like right now I have several that I'm going to put up, and I've made them a long time ago, and to me a long time ago. And so things aren't going to flow, and like I said, everything's going to change. I mean, not everything, but some things will change, some will remain the same, so don't expect perfection. These are what I'm using to, yeah. Anyway, that's enough for this for now. I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.